No. It's Rob. I just wanted to go over a video, but it's the end of the day, Friday. It's actually late. It's been a great week, a long week, and I'm tired. And I wanted to do 2 videos in one shot. So if there's a break, then you know that we've cut it out for a video. One video is training, and the other video is just promotion for the laser. So I'm in front of the NGL laser. I've turned the screen because, you know, I don't like to show that to anybody because that's so cool what we do with it. And we did something today that's really unique. You know that we sell the laser, and the NGL has that 14-inch basic diameter or work zone. And here, what I'm going to show you is a product that we're trying to do something unique, promotional for. And we made it, we can make it basically up to 48 inches. So because I'm a big guy and 48 inches is too long and I'm not an 8-foot basketball player, we picked it just around 30 inches. But let me show you what we did. If the design lends itself, so this is a device that's sold, and you can split it up, and I challenge you to find out where the split is here, because we're at 28 inches. And you can do that because unique features with the laser. But look at this thing here. And if I have to change the angle, let me know. So I've got it to be over 36 inches because what I'm going to do is go from my top right chest all the way down across and get the whole object on, and then just put one of those heat appliques on with the CAD cut so it looks really nice. But there is just a little bit of evidence, but nothing, you know, we're not making parts for the space shuttle, we're decorating clothing, and as long as you tell them what the parameters are, it's not a problem. And the way we did it was basically break it up in 3 parts, and sometimes if you want to get more out of it, you can go diagonally because you've got a bigger area. But that's what I wanted to prove. So I'll lay this down here. And before I would do anything, I would just do a test on a scrap. So it's just like a blanket here. There you go. And I would see what I'm doing here. Can you see that? Hopefully I don't touch the microphone. And the goal is to get this product all the way up from the shoulder. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it, I'm going to etch it and lay it out and go from there. And then at the end, I'll take my CAD printed, you know, heat applique, and I'll put that on the left chest to replace embroidery because the shirt's so thin. But it's kind of a cool look. So for you, those of you that have the machine, you know exactly what to do with regards to the software tricks. And when I say software tricks, just that we have cool features built into the laser that allow you to do these multi-registration complex things. So I've got the first image up and projected. And I said I wanted to do it on my right side. So I just got to make room and lay that out. And I just want to make sure I can get all the way to the across here. So I'm going to go up almost as high as I can get it to go. And just check that it comes across here. So what I don't want to happen on any circumstances, I don't want that shirt to move, because as I'm doing this job, I'm a big guy with a big shirt, I've got a big work table, but sometimes at some point I've got like more than 50% hanging off the edge and the weight can take it further down. So in this case, I'll just put like a clamp on here. I got my settings set up because it's for technical textiles, so I know what I'm doing. I just said I know what I'm doing and I'm tired, so if I screw up, then I'm too tired. There we go. So because this is a bigger part of the etch, it takes a little bit longer. And this is like a very faint shadow or very light tattoo, because this gray-white textile has a lot of white in it, and it hides it, but it's kind of cool just because of that fact. So I got the first, you know, it's almost like in this case, because I'm doing it 30 inches, it's almost like I'm doing half, almost a half, and then just that little tip that's left. So now the laser automatically set up the next file for me. And for those of you who watch the video, this is that beta software that, remember, we give you a 5-year upgrades free on the software. So you need to get this because it's very unique that I don't have to do anything. The next one's ready to go. I've already got a go button set up. So take off the clamp. So you guys that, who are clients, you know who to contact here at the office or check in with customer service. So I'm a little bit more careful or slow here because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get an overlap and nail this just right. And you know what? I've got the t-shirt in here, and the t-shirt came straight out of the package, and it's got the lines from the fold. So that's like up a 1/4 inch. I can't do anything. I'm not going to go iron it. I'm not going to go change anything right now. I'm just going to use it the way it is. So again, make sure my clamp is on here. That won't move away. You know, in production this will go quicker because you wouldn't yap so much like I am. And this is the part that I'm doing right now, is this. So it's a product that we're actually tattooing entirely on the shirt. I did this section, stopped it right over here, and then I did this section, and I'm going to take it right down to the tip. So for you guys who have the equipment, trick is that you find the smart spots or places where you can break up the artwork, and there are times where it won't lend itself, so don't get yourself into trouble by offering something you can't do. Check before you can do it, right? Okay, now I've already got the software preloaded the last part of the file, and just to give you an idea, I try not to touch the microphone, but I've got it all the way up here. And we're going to apply a process to this that'll make it a bit darker. And I'm going to go all the way down here. I love what I do sometimes. And look at what I'm doing. I just want you to be aware, you can't do this with other companies' lasers. They don't have the flexibility built in. They don't have the smart technology, the software. I'm folding the shirt because I don't want it to fall all the way down, and I'm still going to pull this off. I'm still going to have no issues. Oh, and I did it so well in this one. I got it right to like a 1/4 inch from the seam here. That's how good that turned out. So I want to make sure this baby doesn't move. Okay. So that's the best part as the owner of the machine. You know, and this is my first time doing it other than that sample test so I could get a feeling for it. Now, what we did with the software, it's queued up to start the process over again, so I can touch the garment one time, but I can do it 3 stages. So what's cool is that, I've seen that a lot because I'm tired, I'm just repeating myself, but when you have a job to do, we did apples as a promo, and it became very popular, so we're sharing it with all our clients. We do 2 sides of the apple. So what you don't want to do is take 500, 600 apples out, do one side, then you handle it, you don't want to drop it, bruise it, whatever, and then go back, do the other side. So you can set it up so you do one side, the other side, one side, the other side. Okay, so now this is ready to go. Just let you focus on that. Good. So I'll take this, I'll get a piece of masking tape, and I'll lay out, because I don't want, you know, I don't do it all the time, right? I'm the big kahuna, I don't do the production. So I'm going to put this over my microphone, and I've got to get that spot just right. It's nothing, no big deal with heat pressing stuff like this. So, multimedia shirt with heat pressing of the left sleeve. And right now, it's virtually nobody in the country can do that. And all the people who have the laser right now can do it. And if you don't have the laser, you're getting further and further behind. So better jump on the bandwagon while all these things are happening. Have a nice weekend. I mean, this is 30 inches. And if you're using that size, you get away and just do it in 2 hits, not the one. I just want to get right down to the very tip, basically a 1/4 inch away from the bottom there. Can you hear me? I gotta go down here and talk into the microphone. So I used to have it clipped on, that's the problem. But anyways, that was a cool application, full front. Get as much value out of it. Listen, I had a disturbing call today. One of my reps called and sent a referral to one of the users. And we found out that, you know, what he did was typical embroidery. He doesn't have any competition in the area. He got a 500-piece order, and he basically gave the etching away. I don't understand that at all. And he didn't charge setup. And the reason was, he says, well, you know, it's so quick. But you don't have to give it away. And if nobody else is doing it, don't give it away. This is a person that I actually gave the catalog to, gave them the tools, and they're not listening. So if nobody else is doing it, don't give away the farm. It drives me crazy because you invest in the technology, and if you call me back one day and you say, oh, this laser isn't making money. Well, no kidding, because you're giving the stuff away. That's your fault. So turn on your brain, put the gears in action, and don't give it away. It's irrelevant that it takes you seconds to set up. And again, I don't know if they're watching, I won't say the city, I won't say the name, but you know who you are. And if you're subscribing and you get the video, and I'm directing it to you, husband and wife team, you complained and freaked out about learning the software. You complained about how many hours you're working, how you're not affording other people to do the work. And I basically, you know, put you to task and said, it's your fault. Look in the mirror, because you're creating your rules in your baseball park and you're living by that. So if you're charging too little, if you're offering too much, if you're not charging a setup, it's your fault. It's not my fault. It's not the machine's fault. It's your fault as a business person for giving your services away. And that's a common trait in the embroidery. So if I teed off a lot of you embroiders, I'm sorry, but the reality is reality. And there's a lot of you who appreciate that you have permission to say no. If you would have said no to that 500-piece order, he could have at least gotten $1.50 or $2 for the same thing, because where's the guy gonna go? But he said yes, and basically sold himself down the river. So don't prostitute yourself, don't prostitute your services. Do the proper thing and charge. A quick last story and I'll let you guys go. I had somebody in here from a major national franchise, and they had somebody come into the store, retail, and the person said, you know, how much is this? And they said, whoa, that's too much, like typical reaction. So they immediately discounted it. And then they got the work, and the person came back and literally had the nerve to complain about the price. Like, he gave him a huge discount. And he did that a few times, and this is his words telling me. It might be in an older video somewhere. I'm not sure if he's in the videos. And he realized that he can't survive giving it away at that price. So he just said, no, I can't do it. I've got other work lined up, and that's the price. And people paid for it and didn't complain. So they paid more and were happy they got the service they paid for. And ironically, when he discounted to more people, they all bitched and moaned and complained. So again, look in the mirror, stop giving away your services, treat it for what it's worth, and they can go to your competitor who can give it away, who can do poor stitch count, who can do a poor quality, deliver it late, and then mess things up and ship them short and have all kinds of problems. You get what you pay for in the world, so make sure you charge what you're worth. Now, have a nice weekend.